Got a nice stag holding some hinds down the bottom of the gully. Just need the fog to clear so we can do something about it. Over 150 metres away, I reckon. Just chasing that one horn real hard. Stag just raced off chasing another stag, and he's taking his horns with him as well, so Kay's just going to sit in place and see if they come back, because it's a good spot for such things. Hopefully I'll re-round them up and head back in there, but Kay's just going to sit off that. Hope that stag comes back. And maybe go and see what the other stag was. So I'm going to go and see if I can find a stag of my own. So no point burning up the hours of the day till we're sitting here waiting on a maybe. So go and see what we can do. So I was just on my way for a solo night hunt on the other side of the property, and I was driving down and spotted a couple of hinds on the other side of the hill there. And as I pulled up, I heard a stag roar, and two stags come out of the bush, one chasing the other, and the better of them too. Sat up underneath that large tree there in the guts for a good bit. Couldn't get a shot at him. He's 200 metres away. Ranged him and dialed up on the scope, and yeah, he ran downhill, and he's hopefully over that way in the bush just there. So yeah, one of the bigger hills in the block. There's a dam up there that normally attracts deer, but it's dry this year, so I didn't expect to see too much on this side of things. So yeah, let's see how we go. It's a 4x4. This cape's quite mangy actually, which is a bit sad. And that's where the stop button was. Made it about 30 metres from where I shot him, 25-30 metres, and just pile up in this thick stuff. So this is him. It's my second stag of the trip. Nice, mature, Queensland red stag. 5x5 with a little nub off the side here. Shot him from 320 metres with my 28 Nosler. It's a custom rifle with a Gunworks action and a proof barrel. Shoots beautifully. Like at 800 metres, it's an absolute pleasure to shoot. Probably one of the best things I have in my kit right now is this SIG rangefinder with ballistics. Now it allows me to range the animal and then wind up on my elevation on my scope, so I don't have to hold both elevation and wind. This fella's pretty ruddy, he's pretty on the nose, so I'm going to take some back straps and some rumps off him for some jerky. Might also see what this front shoulder looks like, seeing that I'll come in just behind it and angle it through him. So big job ahead to get this fella butchered and off the hill. Yeah, interesting hunt. I spent last night out, camped out up the top end of the property, hoping that I'd get the wind right to come back and hunt through this part of the property this morning. Froze my ass off, it was so cold. It's the only cold night we've had since we've been here, and I'm a bit of a sook, so I was probably only like 15 or something, but yeah, it was rough. They roared all night, the deer roared all night, real strong, and I thought I was in for a real cracker of a morning, but as soon as the sun started coming up, they stopped. So it was a bit of an interesting one, this one, in that there's deer everywhere in this gully. Like I heard a goat horn calling from the top, so I sort of climbed up the top just to have a look, just to make sure it was a goat horn. Got to the top and he was sort of off that ridge through the next gully and on the next face. And then I sat there and watched for a bit, and there was a 5x5, young 5x5 stag, chased two hinds and a spiker out of this guy's harem. Chased them down along the ridge. They done like a big turn, you know, probably went 400 or 500 metres from where this fella had his mob in this gully here. And then yeah, I let out a couple of calls and stuff like that, and the hinds decided that they were going to head back to the man himself, and yeah, I was like, oh, here we go. So I arranged the trees and that in an opening where I knew that if the stag came out of, I was going to be able to pop him off. It was 305 metres to the nearest tree, and he never quite got to the tree. It was probably a 320 metre shot. As this young stag chased the girls back in, this fella come out roaring and chased him out, and stood briefly, turned and started prancing off at, you know, a bit of a trot. Was a bit of an on the run sort of a thing. I hit him about 6 inches behind the shoulder, but angling forward into the chest cavity, and yeah, he's gone about 40 metres and piled up in this gully. So it all happened so fast. Yeah, it's one of those ones where you think you might be walking up the hill for nothing, but I knew I hit him, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it connect because of all the timber that I was shooting through. So yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. So going to butcher this bad boy out now and fill this big backpack and then walk out of this gorge. It was only a 320 metre shot, but I reckon I've gained that much in elevation from the valley floor up to here. She was a stiff climb. Don't have that much of a climb on the other side. I've only got probably about 100 odd metres I've got to get up, and then it's down to the road where I'll be able to get my truck into. So that's the plan anyway. So we've just got our eyes on a nice 5x5 stag on the opposite ridge. I'll send it down over. Let's see what we can do. He's up there held up in a pretty thick gully. Hopefully the wind will stay favourable. Dad's going to go up that ridge, work his way around and hopefully come down over on top of him while I stay here and keep his attention on me with a few rules. So I've been watching a little bit of Fire to Fork recently and I got a bit of an appetite for campfire cooking, so I'm going to do one of my specialties tonight. Main ingredient. Then you just add some salt to season it to however you like it. A couple of hours, it should be beautiful. Fuck, that pot's small. Got a stag about 70 metres away and some thick stuff. I haven't laid eyes on him yet. It's been a hell of a climb. Not too many stags making noise this morning, so we'll get over and have a look at this fella and see what he is. Just gonna leave my backpack here and going as quickly as I can, using the wind to mask my noise. Just saw some eyes crossing through that gully. Oh, very easy, just going down. He's a mongrel cub. telescope we nicknamed Bullwinkle. There's a 5x5 just up on the hill up there. But yeah, just a young critter. This fella here, man, this dude needed deleting. Wait till you see the head on him. He's old, heavy, and all sorts of messed up. We saw him the other day, and we all laughed. We had him about 50 metres the other day. And, yeah, anyway, he's gone now. Let's go and have a look. Bullwinkle. So I just shot a nice old 6x5 stag. He's gone down over in the gully. And this little fella's just come out to see me. It's a 4-pointer, 4x4 stag. I was just telling myself I was done. This is the last morning of the hunt, really. A lot of packing up to do. And I was just dreaming about clothes that weren't full of sweat. And a cold drink. Some breakfast, and stag chased a hind about 150 metres, I suppose, up the hill from me, and yeah, that was that. Back in the game. What's this little fella down? Nice little fella. Stag went this way. It's snowing. There he is. So this is a stag I just took on my last morning hunt. On my way back to camp, pretty much had given up trying to see anything. It was getting a bit warm and the deer had stopped, but a couple of deer moved across this face here. One hind, this stag chasing her, and another stag, a 4x4, young 4x4, which I was videoing, bringing up the rear. So yeah, he's a bit of an odd critter. Nice 6 on this side, but a malform on the other, but beautiful cape on him, which was sort of what we've been looking for as well. So very happy. Well, that really is the end of my trip. Camp's that way. It's the main ridge. Sort of follow down to come down here. Yeah, camp's about halfway up over there, so I'll butcher this fella up and head for home. This guy here, and this is the kicker. He has sat in the same spot all week, like dead set all week. Every time he got down here near him, he just knew. He just had this sixth sense to get out. So yeah, Pretty stoked to get this fella. His cape actually looks good. All the other stags we've shot, the capes have been terrible. So that's great. I'll take that cape off. Look at that crazy dagger.